Hey everybody, Spider here, coming soon podcast, of course, coming to you once again here in San Antonio, Texas, being joined by writer, author, producer, as far as movie maker, man, Shawn Wright, bro. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing all right. How's it going?
Man, it's doing great, bro. Of course, you are in Maryland, man. Where about in Maryland are you residing at?
I live more right outside, sort of right outside the city,
Oh, okay,
in the
okay.
in the
And
burbs.
no, no, for sure, man. And of course, one of the things, man, because being a writer, I mean, I know on your profile on Facebook, man, you have a metalhead, horror lover, and I'm thinking, okay, did you used to be in a
Right.
band? Did you used to write songs, or where did the writing come from?
I wasn't a band for a little bit.
Oh yeah,
I called it a couple different things. Uh, I was under the name Cremator for a little bit. I think I was a viral shock for a little bit, but yeah, yeah, writing came a little bit from that, um, but it mainly just came from being a fan of the horror genre and knowing like the stories of the genre and like the stories I wanted to tell.
and of course, I mean, being a writer and actually making films now. I mean, who are some of the people that you look up to when it comes to making movies?
I'm a big fan of John Carpenter.
Of course.
I love Fulci.
Okay.
I love Italian horror in general. Sam Raimi, Evil Dead's one of my favorite of all time. So yeah, definitely horror directors are standouts for me
No,
as
no, for
far as
sure. And
influences
why
go. And of
Italian
course,
horror? I mean,
what was that?
no, why Italian horror? I mean, what was it that pushed you that direction when it comes
Why
to
Italian?
yeah. Okay, okay, makes sense.
Well, um,
You broke up a little bit. I don't think you heard but as far as that genre, I mean, what was it that attracted you towards Italian horror movies?
so a lot of it is the special effects and gore. It's sort of over the top in the Italian horror stuff, and
Gotcha.
I'm also a big fan of like the just this gets a little crazy. It's just like there's just some weird stuff going on sometimes. The plots don't always make sense, but it's always something's cool is usually going on. You know what I mean?
No, and the storyline's good, of course, right? I mean, are you a big of storylines making movies now? Are you kind of like, okay, you know what? Would somebody do you put yourself outside the box and kind of watch this and think, okay, yeah, this is good?
Um, I don't know if I necessarily go outside of the box. I make stuff that I enjoy and I want to watch. So like maybe I'm not doing something that's super original, so to speak, but it's something people aren't necessarily doing nowadays. Certainly not in like Hollywood. I'm into like old school, like sort of cheesy, gory stuff, and you know, a lot of
Yeah.
people are maybe into other sorts of things nowadays, but that's sort of my wheelhouse is like that old school cheesy sleazy gory stuff.
Oh, no, for sure, man. And of course, I mean, indie films, man. I mean, those are the pretty much what they are, right? I mean, when it comes to movies, I mean, they're not high production. They're not, mass produced or one of the things. A lot of horror films. I mean, I know I've got a few old ones as far as banners and posters in the back, but I agree, man. I mean, I love watching something. There's a lot more creativity when it comes to indie films. You can do a little bit more. You can kind of not make sense and not be normal, but people will get it.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a lot more love in it. I know I love the genre, and I hope that if you watch my stuff, you can see that in like every shot. How much I do love the genre, and I just want to to it.
No, no, for sure, man. No, of course, I know I chopped it up earlier, man. But I mean, being a writer, director, and a producer, which one came first? I mean, were you writing first, and then you kind of like, man, let me, start directing and then start producing? How did that work out?
It was all roughly the same time frame because when I first started, It was something I just sort of jumped into because I was like, I was working my regular job, but of course I still do work my regular job. But
Right.
I was just sort of like just going through the daily grind and whatnot, and I was like, you know what, it's something I've been thinking about for a while, so I'm just gonna jump in there and I'm gonna do it. So I decided I was gonna do. I started with a short film, Night of the Axe, the short film.
Yeah.
I figured I'd do a slasher because a slasher is probably pretty straightforward. It's one of the simplest movies to make. Of course, making a movie is never easy, but yeah, so that's just sort of it. All just sort of came together because obviously, if you want to make a movie, you got to write a movie, and if you want to make a movie, you have to direct and produce a movie. So they all just sort of merged together into one blob.
No, no, for sure. And of course, I mean, you're doing all three, so you get to put the movie together the way you want it, right?
Yeah, yeah. I for my first feature, I was the main editor as well, so I really just sliced it all together myself. I even, for the most part, I was the cinematographer too for my first feature. I'm going to
Oh,
continue doing that for my next feature as well because I enjoy having the sort of full control over
right,
it. It's really cool to just sort of, and instead of having to explain what you're thinking to someone, I can just sort of like experiment and just do my own thing and like sort of just do it because I know what it should be in my head. Same thing of
right.
editing. I can sort of just like sort of cut it up and put it together the way I want to. Of course, I do have a couple people, a couple friends of mine who I go to be like, hey, maybe you should try it different. Maybe you should do cut here or there and just maybe try it a little differently. So that helps out too. So I'm not like, because when you're looking at something, when you're looking at a movie or something, and it just you watch it yourself over and over again, you can use a pair of fresh eyes.
No, no, for sure, man. And of course, I mean, I'm gonna put this up real quick, just so people can see. Now, this is you, correct? Baseball features.
Yep, that's my production company.
Okay, and of
Face
course,
Mouth Features.
yes, sir. And I hit the link, and it says on there, your first feature film is actually being streamed right now, correct?
Yes, Night of the Eye watch on Tubi.
See,
Completely
I
free.
saw
You can also get it on DVD and Blu-ray from my
No, of
store.
course, right? Yeah, definitely, man. They can get on your website and order one and have it forever, man. So that definitely, for those watching this, definitely go do that. Now, of course, being that it's your production, now this is one of the ones, of course, that I wanted to bring you up on. I'm going to put the photo up real quick, and this is going to be the feature film that you're working on now, Spirit Board, man. Tell us a little bit about
Yes.
that.
So Spirit Board Doorway to Death is based on my second short film of the same name. It's about a group of friends. They play with a spirit board, and they accidentally summon the spirit of a long dead serial killer, and he hunts them down one by one. Lots of fun kills, lots of great. Hopefully, there will be lots of great gory kills. Um, yeah, it's I. Sorry, I think that this is going to be a great film because, and I'm not just saying that because it's my film, but I just I'm very excited to get started on this. It's currently funding on Indiegogo, so that's very important that I can get the funding I need because I can't make it without the help of the indie horror fans.
Oh, no, for sure, man. You see, and one of the things that's interesting is the fact that you're looking forward to this. I mean, you're excited, so I know the creative juices are flowing, and you're gonna make this a pretty good movie, man. I mean, I know the perks are up there. They can go to your actual production page and check out the link, right?
Yep, you can find it on Facebook on facemailfeatures.com. And you can find the link to everything there. Yeah, facemailfeatures.com, definitely.
For sure.
Yep, you can find the link to the Indiegogo there. Yeah, there's lots of great perks. I have posters, DVDs, Blu-rays, all your physical media needs. I also have some fun perks like you can get your picture in the movie. Uh, you can get your voice in the movie. You could even do you could have your brand. There could be product placement.
Oh, for sure.
You could even be a producer, executive producer. Lots of great
I thought,
stuff, even
I
props and stuff
think,
I can sell. So
I think you had called that your best friend, right? Your BFF, the producer.
yeah, yeah, the executive producer, you can be my best friend.
There you go. There you go. And of course, man, one of the things that I've been doing, not just because of well, pretty much because of the podcast, but I've been actually venturing into a lot of those voice perks. So I'm definitely interested on doing that. Jumping on that this week. So for sure, man, I'm looking forward to it. And of course, when it comes to the perks, normally you guys send as far as what you want done, right? Whether it's video or audio.
What was that?
No, on the perks, like when people get the voice perks or the video, I mean, you guys usually send the lines or send what you want
Oh
done, right?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, for the voice, it's probably going to be like a ghost, like a sort of a ghostly wail. I'll probably be something like that. I'll have you do a ghostly wail. For the picture, it'll probably be like I'll probably like frame a picture of you and put it in the background,
There
that
you
sort of
go.
thing.
Or you even put a
Same
picture
thing
of your
with the
dog. I think people have been doing that. They've been sending pictures of their pets. They can have their dog
yeah,
on their phone, man. So that's pretty cool.
yeah, that could work too. Whatever you want to do. Hey,
Definitely, man. Now, of course, I mean, doing this, I mean, what is it? What's your long goal, man? I mean, when it comes to making movies, I mean, are you just looking to keep pushing them out as long as you keep wanting to do it?
definitely. That's the main goal. I just want to keep putting them out. I just want to keep making movies that I want to make and I want to watch, like my sort of to my taste. Like I just
Oh,
want to, and obviously I want other people with similar tastes to enjoy the movies.
yeah.
Otherwise, if I don't have anyone watching them, there's no point in making them. But I do want to keep putting out movies and get progressively higher budget films, hopefully. But I can do quite a bit with a very little bit of money. I'm not, you know, I'm not held back by like sort of the Hollywood,
Right.
like low budget is $1 million. you know, I
Oh,
can
yeah.
I can do quite a bit with a very small amount of money due to you know getting people who really care, and
Right.
by keeping things on the smaller side, but still very cool, especially with all practical effects. That's
No.
very important to me.
No, yeah, but I mean, of course, for those that are watching, I mean, if they want to, provide help, they can definitely jump on the perk, give some assistance, because of course, people that are going to jump on this, they got to eat. So of course, you're going to have to be, feeding these people and guests and the actors and everybody that's going to be participating, man.
Yeah, definitely. I even have a craft services perk. So if you want to
Oh, nice.
specifically just feed the crew, I have one where you can get a craft services credit for, I have up to 7 of those or something like that. So
And then as far
I
as
have
the
quite a
food,
few of those.
that's cool, man. I mean, and this is for the actors, right? I mean, of course, they get to
Yeah,
enjoy a meal and keep working.
yeah, they get to eat. Obviously, I'm paying the actors a little bit, so of course the Indiegogo goes towards that as well.
Right.
So
Now, of
yeah,
course, when it comes to the DVDs or the Blu-rays, so, I mean, when the movie does come out, for those that are participating, I mean, one of the biggest things is getting friends and family to purchase them as well. Support, the people jumping on and supporting the movie and everybody else involved.
yeah, that is very important. Yep, I'll have all kinds of physical stuff for people to help support.
Man, and of course, man, Maryland, bro. I mean, what's going on out there in Maryland? I mean, I'm here in Texas, man. We had a record like I think 2-3 weeks ago was the last time we were at 105. It was hot as hell down here, bro. But how's the weather
No,
out there in
really.
Maryland? Yeah, bro, it was pretty brutal.
Well, the weather in Maryland is always crazy because it's like it could be 60 one day and 80 the next. As
Oh
a
yeah,
matter of fact, it's supposed to be like near the 80s at the end of this week, but it was like 42 degrees this morning. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
It doesn't get super hot here, except of course in the summer it gets kind of hot, but it's nowhere near like the Texas heat, I'm sure.
yeah, no, yes. I mean, 105 and
Maryland's
whew,
Maryland's not a bad place to be. It's pretty expensive, but it's not a bad place to be overall, especially like the film scene is not too bad, mainly because I have access to like Virginia and Pennsylvania as well.
Right.
So there's a lot of good people, especially in Pennsylvania. I'm probably going to film Spirit Board in Pennsylvania.
Okay, sweet, man. And of course, when it comes to actors, do you always try to like find locals, or do you kind of reach out and see who's available? I mean, to like come and
Well,
participate.
yeah, I try to keep mostly local. Like I said, um, I'm probably going to do film in Pennsylvania for the next movie, so I was sort of looking around that area. But for Spirit Board, I actually have two people from North Carolina coming up, so that's pretty
Oh, nice.
cool. Hunter Redfern and Ashley Amberlin, they're both North Carolina natives, and they've done quite a bit of work in the indie horror scene. But yeah, most of my cast for the next movie are closer to the Pennsylvania area.
Right.
But then I've worked with people both local and sort of far away for the first film. Night of the Axe, I worked with like Angel Bradford, who's from North Carolina. Yeah, I've well, of course, for the first two shorts, like I was very local because I did not have any kind of budget to work with. But yeah, I try to keep mostly because I can't really afford to fly anyone from LA out,
Right. No.
and I can't really ask anyone to, go come here on their own dime to shoot a very small indie film. So I have to sort of stick, going no further than the Midwest, so to say, so to
No,
speak.
for sure, man. I mean, unless they're watching this and they want to, then by all means, right? They can just reach out to you and
Oh
pay their
yeah,
own
of
flight.
course, of course.
Man. And let me ask you, when it comes to inspiration, I mean, you already talked about some of the movies that that you I guess grew up watching. But what else influenced you as far as like music? I mean, what do you watch that kind of keeps you going, man?
Well, I do watch a lot of horror. So what I said before, um, a big part of my childhood was Scooby Doo, which
Oh, nice.
also put me on my helped me with my love for horror because I definitely that sort of scary but fun thing
Yeah.
sort of escalated to hardcore horror, you know. um, but yeah, I enjoy listening to music. Like I enjoy heavy metal, pretty much traditional heavy metal for the most part, speed thrash, that sort of thing.
Nice, man.
Um, yeah, I play board games and stuff. I'm a nerdy guy. I play video games, board games, and listen to metal and watch horror movies. That's sort of what I do. Hang out with my wife and do those things.
No, no, for sure, bro. And of course, I mean, do you have any perks for music on the this upcoming film?
Yeah, I do have one where you can have your song in the movie.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so it would be like a 30-second clip, kind of, just a little song clip. They'll probably be playing while they're like driving in the car or something.
Right, right. Be blasting on the car stereo, man.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yep.
Now, for something like that, I mean, are you looking for specific music, or is it like, hey, as long as they're, willing to jump on and pay for the perk?
Yeah, basically, as long you're paying for it, so whatever you want, I can make it work. you
Nice,
know.
man. Now, of course, man. I mean, there's a couple of things coming up. One of them being Halloween. That's coming
Yeah.
up, man. So, what are you guys doing on Halloween night?
Me and my wife are probably just gonna hang out and watch some movies. That's actually
Oh,
our anniversary. We got married on Halloween.
oh, nice, bro. And you guys give
Yeah.
out candy, or is that a no?
Uh, we would, but we actually live with my grandparents right now, so
Okay.
they sort of do their thing, and we just sort of stick to ourselves in our little apartment while we're probably gonna get some Maryland crab cakes and watch horror movies. That's probably what we're doing this Halloween.
Sounds like a perfect day, bro. Believe me. And of course, the other one this year is your birthday. Your birthday's coming up.
It is. It's in just in a couple days. It's on Friday.
Yeah, man. And how old are you going to be? If you don't mind me asking.
I will be 32.
Okay, cool, man. And as far
Yep.
as birthday gift, I mean, what are you expecting for your birthday?
I don't know if I'm really expecting anything for my birthday, but I hope I can get some nice donations. That would be great for the
There you go.
Indiegogo.
There you go.
That would be the best gift anyone could get me, really.
No, for
so I
sure,
can make
man.
this so I can make this next film the best it can be.
No, no, for sure, man. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, if people want to donate just because of that, they can, right? They can get on the Indiegogo and just do donation, straight
Of
donation.
course, of course.
Sweet, bro. And now, as far as for yourself, what are you gonna get yourself, man? Are you getting anything for yourself this year?
What, for my birthday?
Yes, sir.
Um, no, I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna do anything special for my birthday. I think I'm even gonna work on my birthday this
Oh,
year. Usually I take my vacation
yeah.
starting on my birthday into Halloween. But this year, due to my day job, I have a couple things going on, so I can't really do that this year,
Oh
unfortunately.
man.
Yeah, it sucks,
Okay.
but it's my birthday is not going to be super special this year, but that's cool.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. I mean, I've got two kids, so of course, growing they were once we had them, I mean, everything was about them. So I could care less about myself. It's like, I mean,
Right.
I enjoy every day, so of course, make the most of it. But yeah, when it comes to birthdays, no big deal. I usually go to work myself anyway.
Right.
But now, of course, man. I mean, let me ask you because for myself, I started doing this media aspect in March this year. I've been doing combat sports for like 15 years. Covering boxing, kickboxing, MMA. In the short time that I've been doing this, I've noticed that the whole like for myself, it seems like horror just kind of blew up, man. I've been asking a few people, and everybody's kind of agrees with me. But I mean, have you seen that? Have you noticed that in the horror world? Like, I mean, that it's been year round rather than just like Halloween.
Yeah, I think it's always been like that.
Yeah.
I think it's always been like that because horror has always had a lot of fans. I think it's always been a pretty popular movie genre.
Oh yeah.
I think it always has its fans. So I think that maybe you're seeing it more now because of maybe it's a marketing thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a marketing thing, but
No, no, yeah, for sure,
yeah,
man. I've been
it's
a horror fan for years. So I mean, I've been involved with it. But yeah, it's just, I mean, now that I've become kind of, doing covering the events and getting guests and actors, involved, I kind of noticed it. But it was just, it's a whole world, for myself. I've been enjoying it, so I'm having fun with it. But I'm meeting a
yeah,
lot of great people, man. So of course, I have the privilege to get you guys on here and try to promote you as much as possible.
thank you. I appreciate it. I'm sure everyone else does too.
No, no, for sure,
But
bro. Well, go ahead.
I think social media brings sort of everything to light, sort of. So even some of the most niche things you can find access to a lot easier due to social media.
Yeah.
In a way it's helpful, but at the same time, I kind of hate social media. But unfortunately, I have to use it to promote my stuff. So it's
Oh
sort of
yeah.
a double-edged sword, I guess.
No, no, for sure, man. And I agree. I mean, of course, if it wasn't for stuff like this, I mean, I probably wouldn't be on there. I'd be trying to enjoy life, every day as far as without social media. But it does help, getting things across, of course, like films and interviews and just content in general. The biggest thing right now, it's people are hurting for likes and just followers. But myself, man, I try to find, go after people that actually love this stuff and want to get involved and find out more. So it's I'd be happy with 100 followers that keep liking my, commenting and jumping on rather than a thousand that aren't doing anything.
Right? Yeah. Right.
And let
I'm
me ask you,
definitely
have you guys ever been to Texas?
no, never been to Texas. I probably visited sometime.
Okay, cool.
We would like to travel in the future, but money is just always an
Yeah,
issue. So
yeah.
um, yeah, we don't travel too much, but Texas is definitely something I'd like to see anyway.
No, no, for sure,
I'd
man. I
like
mean,
to get a chance to see every state at least. You know,
yeah. You see, I've actually lived in Florida. I've actually been able to drive out there to, you know, well, me and my brother-in-law, we took turns driving out there, man. I mean, the first trip out there was hell, dude. I ain't gonna lie. It was like a straight 24-hour freaking drive, bro. We
right?
were supposed to stop like once we got to Florida. Once I got to Florida, I said, man, I'm just gonna keep going. And come to find out, it was another 12 hours, get all the way to Sarasota. So that was something. But I've been able to see a lot of states. We drove to Vegas a couple years back. Same thing, went through Utah, New Mexico, and kept stopping. So we did the trip was worth it, man. But it's just coming back and going back to work, man. Jet lag, bro. That shit was brutal.
Oh
Pretty
yeah,
bad.
definitely.
And of course,
Going back to
yeah.
work's always the worst part of anything.
No, that's true, man. That's true. For me, it's just we were supposed to be back Saturday. We stayed a day late coming back Sunday, and then next day I had work, so it was just like I didn't even get a day to stretch out and relax a little bit. So that was took about a week to check it off, man. I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty bad.
Right.
Now, let me ask you, bro. I mean, as far as you brought up the whole Scooby Doo, man, and I never thought about it, but I mean, I guess that could be considered a horror comedy, maybe. I mean, I know it's a cartoon, but I mean, when it comes to it's always a fun cartoon to watch, but we always had to investigate and see who the real monsters were, right?
Yeah, it's very horror adjacent. I think I think a lot of horror fans probably did have an influence from Scooby Doo as kids, but it was definitely a big thing for me. Especially Scooby Doo on Zombie Island. That was one of my
Oh
favorites.
yeah, dude. Heck yeah, that's definitely one of the best ones.
Yeah, but yeah, I grew up with it. Especially in October because the Cartoon Network would always run marathons of Scooby Doo, like all month long. It was great. I wish they still did, but.
No, you see, and I still collect VHS, bro. I mean, I've got a bunch of VHS, when it comes to media. So I do pick those up as I see them, because it's always good to throw them back on and, those memories, back when we had
Yeah.
no bills and we didn't have to worry about anything, right?
Right. Right. I'm a big physical media guy too. I have a pretty big collection.
Nice, bro. Now, what would you say is your best one? Or what's your best VHS you have?
Oh no, well I do have VHS, but I mostly collect Blu-ray. That's my
Okay,
main thing.
cool.
That's my main thing. But I do have a couple of VHSs.
Nice.
We have a big stack over there we actually had to get through.
Oh,
But
damn.
I have some cool stuff. Like I have a Scream VHS. I have the Blair Witch Project on VHS. Like sort of the height, not the height of VHS, but like sort of like a bunch of '90s horror movies
Yeah.
on VHS for whatever reason.
No, you see, for me, I was gonna say I'm a big sucker. I mean, I collect mostly VHS and DVDs. I've never bought a Blu-ray, man. I don't own one Blu-ray, so I'll probably start on that. But this is one of the ones I just picked up right now. But I picked it up this weekend. But I love these X rentals, man. Like when they have the
Oh yeah,
rentals, I'm a sucker for them, man. So every time I see them, I pick them up and get rid of the other one.
yeah.
But yeah, dude, but Blu-ray, I've never owned any. That's
Well,
interesting.
it's for me, it's just I like the format because it's very it's not like the super 4K HD super expensive thing, and it's not like a tape or DVD where like the quality can be iffy. It's very like it's basically the best quality you need. It's like the best quality you need is something, and I also like them because they're more compact than DVDs, so you can fit a lot more on a shelf.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that because
Yeah.
I know when it comes to VHS, man. I mean, we've been living here for like 6 years, But when we moved, it was hell, bro.
Oh
Trying to
yeah.
pack everything.
Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, Blu-rays, they're very compact. The quality is basically the best you really need. And I mean, most stuff's available on Blu-ray, and if it's not, you can usually just get it on VHS.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Man, and I'll probably start doing that, man. I'll see, because I do have man. I got a lot of freaking DVDs. I think I had like 4 shelves of just horror and sci-fi and everything else, man. But I'll probably venture into that eventually. But let me ask you, bro. When it comes to this movie, of course, I'm gonna post it up for those watching or that are gonna be watching this later. I mean, this is gonna be the new feature film Spirit board. Now, when it comes to the perks, I mean, they can go to the page, and that's gonna be for this bad boy right here, Facebook features on Facebook, and the website as well. I mean, they can
Yes.
go on there. They can buy posters, DVDs, Blu-rays. Should I say right? Do you have them on Blu-ray?
Yeah. Yep. Blu-ray, DVD, posters. You can also help out by going to my store and getting Night of the Axe. You can get Blu-ray, DVD poster of that as well. Every cent I make off of that will go towards the movie, of course.
Nice.
So yeah, it's all available through either the Indiegogo or through my store. Even you can even get a reduced price copy of Night of the Axe. If you buy anything on, I think anything on the Indiegogo, I think I have an add-on option so you can get a copy of Night of the Axe too
Oh,
when you get the
nice. I
Blu-ray or
didn't even see
DVD.
that, dude. I'll
As a
definitely
matter of
check that
fact, I even just started a Halloween week sale on my store, Facebook Features store.
out.
So everything's 30% off in the store, so you can get Night of the Axe or a poster for 30% off. And the Night of the Axe Blu-ray, I only sell them for $15, so that's a pretty good deal. Because you can't, and so whatever 30% off of that is, I can't math, but but yeah,
No,
it's I like to sell my stuff for a very reasonable price because I feel like it's not that it's not worth a higher price, but I feel like with sort of an unknown thing, like an unknown movie you can take a gamble on.
yeah,
I think that's a very fair price for sort of like a very low budget indie movie, only about an hour long.
nice,
I think the $10 for a DVD even. So it's $10 for DVD, 15 for Blu-ray, Night of the Axe. So that's I did increase the price slightly for the Spirit Board Blu-rays, but hopefully Spirit Board will just be a masterpiece.
nice, man. Now on that one, are you gonna be doing Blu-ray only or DVD as well?
I'll do DVD.
Okay.
I did consider putting them both out on VHS. I just have to look into that.
And I was just
I just
gonna
have to
ask you
look in.
about that. That'd be
I'd
pretty
have to
cool,
look
man.
into that. I'll probably end up putting it off and not having it be part of the Indiegogo, but I should definitely look into that because there's a couple companies that I can look at that do that sort of thing. Put your
Sweet.
new movie on VHS.
Yeah, because I know I've seen actual as far as movies, that's one of the perks. You can buy it on VHS, so that you pay a little extra, but if you're a VHS collector, why not put it in your collection?
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Sweet, bro. Now, of course, man. I wanted to make this short and sweet, bro, because I know as far as enjoying the rest of your evening. I wanted to thank you for jumping on here first and foremost. I am looking forward to bringing you back again, man. Definitely catch up and see what's new. Now, for those watching, like I said, they can go on the Facebook page. This is going to be for Face Melt features on Facebook. If not the website, pick up a perk. Shawn Wright, man. I mean, is there anything you want to add to wrap this up?
Nope, just support indie horror. I hope you check out my movies and you enjoy them. Go to facebookfeatures.com to find everything.
Nice.
I'm making gory old school horror films for the modern age, so I hope that's what you're into, because that's what I'm into.
No, no, for sure, man. And of course, I mean, for everybody out there, man, I am going to be picking up a perk. It's going to be one of those, I guess, the ghostly voice you said, man. We'll definitely get into that. But for those watching, man, definitely support. Check the guy out. And as always, this is Spider, Coming Soon Podcast. So next time, follow up.
Thank you.